This is obviously ASMR, and in this video we're going to do a flag quiz. It is high-key inspired by SRP ASMR. He does quizzes sometimes, and they're very relaxing. And as some of you might know, I really like flags. I've done a few flag videos in the past, but never a flag video where I quiz you. So I figured that would be very nice, because SRP's videos are very nice. So if you haven't checked out his quizzes, you really should. Especially, I suppose, if you like this video. I also remembered that I have these flag cards for every country on Earth. Although this was in the time where Yugoslavia was still a thing, so not every current country on Earth. I don't actually know what year this thing is from. It's a game, but I went through them, and because obviously some flags have changed since then. I would say most notably Libya, for example. Libya used to have a completely green flag, and now they have something a bit more unique. Or, well, I suppose a completely green flag is pretty unique. Something a bit more characteristic. That's just an example, I guess, but there's a few flags that have changed since then. So I've gone through the whole pile, taken out the flags that are not current anymore. And I guess let's shuffle them a little bit. It's quite nostalgic for me. So let's take a little pile here. My plan is, and again this is based on SRP's concept, my plan is to do 5 flags. You guess them, and then we'll go through the 5 flags and say what the right answer was. So not immediately after you've seen the flag. Then, in addition, something that I haven't seen before is, if you want to make it a little bit harder for yourself, I will describe the flag. So you can keep your eyes closed, which is, also appropriate for ASMR, I guess. You can keep your eyes closed, I'll describe the flag, and then you can guess it in your mind, which might be a little bit tricky. But for some people that might be nice, because if you know all the flags, then what's the challenge, right? Okay, so I guess let's begin. First flag. Quite a tricky one, I would say. Very obscure, I guess. Consists of a blue triangle and a green triangle divided by a yellow stripe. The yellow stripe goes diagonally from the left bottom corner to the top right corner. And then the blue triangle, which takes up the top half of the flag, contains 5 5-pointed stars. That is the first flag. Second flag, quite a nice one in my opinion. Kind of resembles a landscape. How I picture it is there is the top half of the flag, which is a light blue, and has a yellow sun in the top right corner. Then we have the bottom half of the flag, which is divided in two horizontal stripes, of which the top one is yellow and the bottom one is green. How I imagine this is the blue is the sky, with the sun in it, of course, and the yellow is the beach, the sand of the beach, and the green is the grass. Quite a nice atmospheric flag, in my opinion. Although it is a little bit bright. If it were up to me, I would have darkened some of these colors to be slightly more visually appealing. But that's just a personal preference. Alright. Next flag. This one. We've got a left part and a right part of the flag. The left part takes up about 1/3. It's a vertical, vertical red stripe, and it has a white emblem at the top, which contains, I think, 2 swords, crossed swords, and what seems to be a hooked knife. The right part of the flag is a horizontal tricolor with white at the top, red in the middle, and green on the bottom. That is the third flag. Next flag, finally an actually easy one. This is very recognizable, very nice and simple, yet elegant. I very much like it. It is a red background with a white moon and a white star to the right of the moon, with one of the points of the 5-pointed star pointing straight to the middle of the moon. Some people see this 5-pointed star as tilted slightly to the left. I see it as straight, but just oriented fully to the left. It's interesting how people can have different perspectives on things like that. Alright. That was the 4th flag. Now, this flag, which is one of the easiest flags in the world, I would say. A red background, once more, with a yellow 5-pointed star in the top left, pointed straight up, and 4 5-pointed yellow stars in an arch to the right of that star, the bigger one. Also, quite a nice flag in my opinion. Simplistic flags are generally the best ones, I would say. Alright. That concludes our first 5 flags. Got the first one. This one. It is the flag of the Solomon Islands. Let's see. It is 30,000 square kilometers. That's upside down. Okay. The next flag, with the nice sun. The blue at the top, yellow, green, is the flag of Rwanda. 26,000 square kilometers in the middle of Africa. was the second flag. The third flag. Are all of these upside down? Oh, they are. Let's twist them. The third flag with the left and the right part, where the right is a horizontal tricolor and the left is a red plane with the white emblem, is the flag of Oman. That one might have been slightly easier. It's a bit more prominent as a country. Then we've got this flag, which should have been very easy, the flag of Turkey. The red background with white moon and star. And then the fifth flag, the red background with the yellow star, with also 4 smaller stars. China, of course. How many of those did you get? I think you definitely should have had 2 of those, and then I would forgive you for missing 2 of those first 3. Otherwise, I would not forgive you. Okay. The next flag, first of 5, is this one. Quite a cheerful flag. It is... How do I start describing this even? It has a red circle in the middle with a parrot, a purple and green parrot, and the circle has green stars with yellow edges around its border, inside its border, but following the border. Further, the flag is divided in 4 quadrants. The quadrants are colored green, and they are divided by tricolors, which are yellow, black, and white. I don't think I can go more in depth than that. It is quite a visually interesting flag. Alright, that is the first one. The second one, a little bit simpler. It's a horizontal tricolor with an emblem. The colors are white, blue, and red, just like a very large country. But this one has an emblem in the middle, which is the shape of a shield, and inside that shield is a red background with a blue bottom and a white Orthodox cross, if I'm saying that right. I think that is an Orthodox cross. Basically a cross as we know it, but with 2 horizontal bars. That is the second flag of 5. Then we have this flag. Pretty cheerful as well, because it has a yellow sun in the top left with a nice little face on it. Kind of a derpy face, actually. Apart from that, it has a white background with blue horizontal stripes that don't cross through the emblem in the top left. There are 4 blue stripes and 5 white stripes. That is the third flag. Next flag, quite a recognizable one, I would say. It is a vertical tricolor with green on the left, white in the middle, and orange on the right. This one, I think you should be able to guess. That is number 4 of 5. And then we have this flag, which is, again, a little bit more obscure. A light blue background with a yellow circle slightly to the left of the middle. I like the simplicity of this flag, but I don't know how I feel about the circle being slightly off-center. I don't know if I would have put it there. I would have either put it further from the center or in the center. But again, personal preference. That was number 5 of these 5. The fun thing with these is that we've had one in Oceania, one in Europe, one in South America, and one in North America. Well, actually in the Caribbean. I don't know why it says North America. I would say that's Central America. I don't know if that counts as North America. Maybe it does. Anyway, the first one. The one with the parrot in the middle is Dominica. Very small island, 750 square kilometers in the Caribbean. The second flag, the one that I thought would be a little bit more recognizable, is Slovakia, the one with the shield emblem and the white, blue, red. I think you should have been able to get that one. Then the next flag, the one with the happy sun in the top left, is of course Uruguay. Uruguay. Also pretty recognizable. The next flag, nice and easy one. Ireland, of course. And the last of 5 is Palau, a small island in Oceania. 500 square kilometers. Very small. Alright. So of these, I would say you should have definitely gotten Ireland and Slovakia. Uruguay as well. And I wouldn't blame you for not getting Dominica or Palau. Next flag is this one. A little bit hectic with its colors, in my opinion. It has the Union Jack in the top left. I'm just going to come out and say that because I'm not going to describe that entire flag. And furthermore, it has a light blue background with bright yellow stars in an interesting formation on the right side. The formation itself, I think, is based on... Well, I assumed it was based on the formation of the islands themselves, but I'm actually not sure that's the case. Anyway, it is non-describable formation of these stars. That is our first of 5. Next flag. Quite a nice one. A red thick border around the outside of the flag with a green inside. And inside that green is a white moon. What do you call it when a moon is like a slice of the moon? In Dutch we would say sickle. Sickle? Is it sickle in English as well? I don't know, I'm not sure. But when I say moon, I mean the moon that has the slice. Not a full moon, because a full moon would just be a circle. Alright, that was the second flag. Third flag. This one you should get, but you might confuse it with one other country, so in this case you should get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was confused with the other very similar flag. Again, has the Union Jack in the top left, dark blue background, same color as the Union Jack's blue, and the Southern Cross constellation on the right side of the flag with red stars with a white small border. That is this flag, as opposed to the flag that looks like it, which has an extra star right here, maybe 2 extra stars, not 100% sure. And the stars are white on that one. If that helps you at all. That was the third flag. Then this flag. You really should be able to get this one. It is a flag with a left and right side of the flag. The left is green and the right is red. The right is slightly wider than the left, and right on the border of the two parts of the flag is a round emblem which has a yellow circle and a red shield in the middle, with within that red a white shield, with within that white shield 4 blue shields. I never really thought about how complex that emblem is, but a lot of these emblems are overly complex. You only really notice that once you start trying to draw them. Alright, that's 4 out of 5. And then our next flag is this one. Clearly stolen from a very well-known flag. Nevertheless, I think this one is actually more visually pleasing, which might get me some hate in the comments. This flag has a dark blue square in the top left with one big white star, and in the rest of the flag are red and white horizontal stripes, of which 6 are red stripes and 5 are white stripes. That is flag number 5 of these 5. Now for the answers. This flag, the one with the Union Jack in the top left and a light blue background with the yellow stars, is Tuvalu in Oceania, a group of islands. I might have given that away when I said that these stars resemble islands, but I think a lot of people would actually come to that conclusion when looking at this flag. To their credit. The second flag with the red border and green inside of that border with the white moon inside it is, of course, the Maldives. That one, I would say, is a medium difficulty. Then the next flag, the third one, Union Jack in the top left, dark blue background, and the Southern Cross constellation with 4 stars, red with small white borders. Of course, New Zealand, which you might have confused with Australia's flag, which is quite similar. But now you know, New Zealand has 4 red stars, Australia has white stars, and more of them. 5 or 6, I'm not quite sure, but it also includes the Southern Cross. 4th out of 5 flags, the one with the green left side and the red right side and the yellow, red, white, blue emblem in the middle. Portugal, of course, which might have been tricky by just hearing it described, but if you saw it, that really should be quite recognizable. And the last flag, a little bit more obscure, an African country, Liberia. The flag that clearly has some similarities with the United States flag. I've seen some older flags of the United States, and honestly, I think the flag has gone downhill over time, because I think at some iteration of the United States flag, it had a circle of white stars in the blue area at the top left, and I thought that looked way nicer than the cluttered 50 stars in that box. I don't know. But of course, the United States flag, incredibly iconic. You know, I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It's a great flag. Okay, so that is going to be it for this flag quiz. I hope you liked it, and let me know in the comments if you would like another one of these at some point. I thought it was quite fun to talk a little bit about these flags, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll see me in the next video. Good night, and goodbye.